Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman dismisses concerns over RBI's autonomy following transfer of surplus dividend to government, urges tax officials to facilitate businesses. Assam government says left out NRC persons would be provided facilities to prove their cases. High-level Central Committee assesses implementation of Union Government's development programs in Jammu and Kashmir. Government slashes price of sanitary napkins to ₹1. Iran demands lifting of US sanctions as prelude to resumption of dialogue with Washington. And Firozshah Kotla Stadium in Delhi to be renamed as Arun Jaitley Stadium. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the transfer of surplus dividend by the RBI to the government is in line with the recommendations of the Bimal Jalan Committee. The committee was tasked to review the economic capital framework of the RBI. Ms. Sitharaman was addressing a press conference in Pune today after a meeting with direct and indirect tax officials. She said the concerns raised over the RBI's autonomy after its decision to transfer the huge excess amount to the government are misplaced, as Bimal Jalan Committee was constituted by the Reserve Bank itself and not by the government. She said the committee gave a formula based on which the amount was arrived at.
Bimal Jalan Committee had eminent experts in it. It was constituted by the Reserve Bank themselves and not by the government. They have had several sittings and have said or have come out with a formula, like committees which looked at the excess capital framework earlier, based on which the amount is arrived at.
The Finance Minister said the government has not yet decided on how the funds from the RBI would be utilized. She reiterated that tax officials should not overreach in a bid to reach their targets, which she labelled as not impossible but achievable. She added that the country values entrepreneurs who run businesses of all sizes. The minister added that it was important that tax administrators help facilitate their business rather than look at them with suspicion.
Whatever be the size, small, medium, micro, nano or large, entrepreneurs of this country, we want them to, without a worry, carry on with their business.
The BJP has hit back at Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for criticizing the government on the cash transfer by the RBI. Talking to media in New Delhi today, BJP spokesperson JVL Narasimha Rao took a dig at Mr. Gandhi's remark that the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister are clueless about the economic situation. He said if there is anyone who is clueless about anything, it is Rahul Gandhi. Mr. Rao said the Congress leader is clueless about why his party ended up losing elections one after another. The BJP leader asserted that India's economy is very safe under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and it is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Earlier, Rahul Gandhi had attacked the government over the record cash transfer by the RBI and questioned the move. The Assam government has said that no left-out persons from the final National Register of Citizens (NRC) will be detained under any circumstances till the Foreigners Tribunal decides on their Indian citizenship. According to a public notice issued by the Additional Chief Secretary of the Home Department, 200 new Foreigners Tribunals are being set up shortly for hearing the appeals filed, which will be notified by the state government very soon. The notice further said that another 200 Foreigners Tribunals will be set up soon and efforts are being made to set them up at convenient places so that filing and hearing of appeals can be done smoothly. The government will also make necessary arrangements to provide legal aid to the needy people. The NRC will be finalized on 31st of this month. The NRC updation process is being monitored by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court today extended protection from arrest granted to former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram in the INX Media money laundering case till tomorrow. A bench of Justices R. Bhanumati and A. S. Bopanna said they would hear the arguments of the Enforcement Directorate on Chidambaram's two petitions, including the challenge to remand orders, tomorrow. Senior Advocate Kapil Sibbal, appearing for Chidambaram, filed an application seeking transcripts of the questions asked and answers sought from the former minister during the interrogation. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Enforcement Directorate, said he would like to reply to the fresh application during his course of arguments in the case. A meeting of the High-Level Committee on Jammu and Kashmir was held in New Delhi today. Our correspondent, quoting highly placed sources, reports that the meeting was held with various departments to assess the implementation of centre schemes in Jammu and Kashmir and initiatives to be taken to expedite return of normalcy. Meanwhile, a team of Minority Affairs Ministry reached Srinagar today on a 2-day visit to the Kashmir Valley to identify the areas for implementation of central government's development projects. Official sources said the team will assess the need for opening schools, colleges, skill development centres, hospitals and other facilities for the development of J&K and Ladakh. More from our correspondent.
After abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, this is the first visit of any central team to Kashmir that will prepare a comprehensive report on the possibilities of socio-economic development projects in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Officials said that earlier, due to Article 370 and other reasons, several developmental projects could not reach to people of Jammu and Kashmir. They said the team will take care of varied requirements of the region. Tariq Rathar, AIR News, Srinagar.
On the other hand, high schools in the Kashmir Valley will reopen from tomorrow in areas where restrictions have been lifted. Addressing a press conference in Srinagar today, Jammu and Kashmir Director of Information and Public Relations, Sehrish Asghar, said shops and business establishments can open in areas where there are no restrictions. She said restrictions on the movement of people have now been eased in 81 police station areas across the valley. Sehrish said landline telephone services will be restored in 15 more exchanges this evening. Briefing reporters about the status of schools, Director Education Kashmir, Yunus Malik, said there has been a significant improvement in the attendance of teachers in the schools in the past 1 week. Giving details about the situation, SSP Srinagar Hasib Mughal said no major untoward incident has been reported from anywhere in the valley. Union Minister for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Nitin Gadkari, today said the government plans to create 5 crore jobs in the MSME sector and increase its contribution to GDP from 29 to 50% in the next 5 years. He was addressing a business summit in Mumbai titled Globalizing the Brand Khadi, the Pride of India. The minister stressed the need to strengthen the khadi sector as a large segment of the population is dependent on it. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In a huge push for women hygiene, the government today slashed the price of sanitary napkins sold from Jan Aushadhi Kendras to just 1 rupee per piece from 2.5 rupees earlier. Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers D.V. Sadanand Gowda made this announcement today while addressing an event in New Delhi. The minister said during recent Lok Sabha elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had assured that within 100 days, poor women would be provided sanitary napkins at 1 rupee. Mr. Gowda said this has become a reality now. The government will ensure that all women and girls across the country have access to safe and hygienic products at an affordable price.
Within 100 days, you should provide these napkins, and especially nearly 5,500 our generic medicine shops should sell these napkins to the women of the country.
The government had launched Jan Aushadhi Suvidha Oxo biodegradable sanitary napkin at 2 rupees 50 paise per pad on the eve of the World Environment Day last year. Our correspondent reports Sadanand Gowda also launched a mobile app, Jan Aushadhi Sugam, which will enable people to search Jan Aushadhi generic medicines and stores at the tip of their fingers. It is available on both Android and iOS platforms. The app can be downloaded free of cost from Google Play Store and Apple Store. After returning from abroad, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met the family members of former Union Minister Arun Jaitley, who passed away on Saturday. Mr. Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited the residence of the late leader in the national capital and expressed condolences to the bereaved family members. Firozshah Kotla Stadium in Delhi will be renamed as Arun Jaitley Stadium in memory of its former president who passed away on Saturday. In a tweet, Delhi and District Cricket Association DDCA said the renaming will take place on the 12th of next month at a function where a stand at the stadium will also be named after Indian captain Virat Kohli as announced earlier. DDCA President Rajat Sharma said it was Arun Jaitley's support and encouragement that players like Virat Kohli, Virender Sehwag, Gautam Gambhir, Ashish Nehra, Rishabh Pant and many others could make India proud. He said, though the stadium will be named Arun Jaitley Stadium, the name of the ground will remain as Firozshah Kotla Ground. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has told the United States to take the first step towards dialogue by lifting all sanctions against his country. In a speech aired on state television, Rouhani said the US must retreat from what he called all illegal, unjust and wrong sanctions against Iran. He spoke a day after President Donald Trump said that he was open to a meeting if the circumstances were right. Tensions between the US and Iran have escalated since Donald Trump abandoned the 2015 deal limiting Iran's nuclear activities last year and reinstated sanctions. He had proposed a new agreement that would place indefinite curbs on Iran's nuclear program and also halt its development of ballistic missiles. And now, news from the business world.
Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange climbed 147 points or 0.39% to close at 37,641. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also climbed 48 points or 0.43% to settle at 11,105. The rupee at the forex market also appreciated by 54 paise to around 71 rupees and 48 paise against the US dollar. After rising for 5 consecutive days, gold prices today held steady at 39,670 rupees per 10 grams in the national capital. However, silver gained 190 rupees to 46,740 rupees per kg. Paul Thotham with Sanjeev Kumar Singh for AIR News.
Union Power Minister R.K. Singh has said the development of northeastern states is on high priority of the centre. He said a well-developed power sector is a prerequisite for the economic development of northeastern states. He was speaking at the meeting of Chief Secretaries and Principal Secretaries of Power of Northeastern States in Guwahati today. The minister listed the achievements made in power sector during the last 4 years. However, he cautioned that concerted efforts will have to be made to make the sector sustainable. He said the power sector has to reduce losses to provide round-the-clock electricity. He urged the northeastern states to adopt smart and prepaid meters to avoid power theft. Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju today presented a 10 lakh rupees cheque to badminton star PV Sindhu for her historic triumph at the World Championships in Basel, Switzerland. Sindhu called on the sports minister in New Delhi following her arrival. She had defeated Japan's Nozomi Okuhara in a lopsided World Championships final on Sunday. The minister also extended his congratulations to Sai Praneeth, besides rewarding him with a cheque of 4 lakh rupees for winning a bronze medal at the championships. Meanwhile, the Puducherry Legislative Assembly today congratulated PV Sindhu. Chief Minister V. Narayanaswamy read out the achievements of PV Sindhu, following which the House congratulated her. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman dismissed its concerns over RBI's autonomy following transfer of surplus dividend to government, urges tax officials to facilitate businesses. Assam government says left-out NRC persons would be provided facilities to prove their cases. High-level Central Committee assesses implementation of Union government's development programs in Jammu and Kashmir. Government slashes price of sanitary napkins to 1 rupee. Iran demands lifting of US sanctions as prelude to resumption of dialogue with Washington. And Firozshah Kotla Stadium in Delhi to be renamed as Arun Jaitley Stadium. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.